Go ahead, scoop them out and put them in. Gentle, don't squeeze tight. Just scooping them up.
Where is it? Oh no, where'd it go?
Uh-oh, it must have fallen through on the ground. Oh, there he is. There's right there. Right there. Gently, gently. There you go.
I'm trying to pick
Nice.
one up.
You guys got a bunch in there.
Look! I'm holding
Yeah,
him!
you scooped one. You even got a little shrimp in there.
Hey, get in! Get in! We put a little bit more water in here. What do you think when we're trying to get... Oh, I got a big one!
You got, oh my gosh, that's the biggest one. That'll be the biggest one.
What is that?
Lucas, you want to scoop them out?
Where's he
No.
going?
Yes, you did.
Big shit.
Yeah.
Let it in.
Oh yeah, that's
That
a
one's
big one there.
definitely the biggest. I see it. Got a lot more.
You got a bunch?
Gotta go quickly.
Let's see what we got.
One, two,
Okay, I see 3 right now.
Do you see?
Here, you grab. You
Hey,
grab.
look.
You grab it.
There's one.
Yeah, that's a shrimp. Yeah.
You
yeah.
get out the shrimp.
Well, you don't want to?
Can I get it out?
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, where is it?
Oh, you got 2 shrimp right there. There's both of them right there. Yep.
Right here.
Yeah, they're on that leaf.
And then I
Yep.
got this one.
Yep.
Can we dump it?
Yeah, we will. Wait till Lila gets back. Hey guys, back with another video for you. I am excited to say that I've scrubbed all of my videos, and this video will be the last one of the old camera, and that's good for 2 reasons. One, because all of the future videos will at least have some gym background sounds without just, full-on voiceover, which apparently some of you like, so I appreciate that. I mean, I feel like I'm just over here mumbling and kind of filling up space, but I've gotten some positive feedback that you like when I talk through kind of my mindset and what's going on and things like that, so that's kind of cool, and thank you. But 2, hopefully, the reason I bought the new camera is not only the sound, but just needed to upgrade, video quality. The camera that I had was it was at least a few years old. I don't remember how old, but it was a GoPro 5 Black, and I bought it when it first came out, so I think it's at least a few years old, but I'm not 100% sure. You guys can let me know in the comments if you know one way or the other. One of the main questions that I've gotten recently, and across a lot of the older videos as well, is my form. Like, what's that weird scoot thing that I do right before I lift off? And so I wanted to address that here in this video. It's just something that I've become used to. I'm not really sure exactly when it started, but it's been a long time ago. So it's been years and years ago. Just not sure when. But basically, I think every person who lifts either heavily or competes has kind of their own routine, their own way of doing things. And I can't say for certain that it helps me, but in my opinion, it helps me with my liftoff, doing that little slide. So as you can see in some of these clips, I'll do some leg stretches as I sit down on the bench, and then I'll lay down and I'll kind of slide back up towards the bench. And what that does for me is it centers my torso on the bench, and then also I feel like it helps me with I do have a little arch, and I feel like it helps with that. So right before I lift off the weight, when I slide into position, if you look at my feet, you'll see them like scoot back another inch or 2, and that's me just basically digging my feet in, kind of anchoring my feet, getting ready for the lift off. Now that's what I think is happening. Maybe it's all mental, and maybe it that whole like routine is just like a trigger for me to tell my body that, hey, you're about to lift weights. I'm not really sure, but it helps me, and I'm sure I can break it. If I'm sure there are better ways, better forms out there. It's just what I'm used to, and if I did want to change it, or if I did want to break it might be a little bit hard, but with practice, anything's possible. But I'm good with it for now, so I'm gonna hang on to it for a bit. In this video, you'll also see what I do after I bench. I do the same part of my routine. I have a pre-lift off routine. I have a after lifting routine as well, and that includes all the weird stretches that you see where I hang off the back of the bar, and I kind of stretch out my back, stretch out my midsection of my body. I go left and right. I don't know what it's doing. It just feels good to me to constantly be stretching. Another really popular question, or maybe not so much, I've had some questions, but I've also had some people calling me out for doing half reps. So I want to talk about those and why I do those. On my warm-ups, so like 135, a couple of sets of that, and then 225 as well, you'll see me doing really short reps. And the reason I do that is because I'm not fully, I'm not ready to lift heavy weights. So I do lighter weights to warm up. Well, I feel like in these lighter weights, I don't need to fully lock out the rep, because I'm not worried about the lockout portion of a bench press rep. I feel like that's probably the easiest part of the rep outside of lifting off the actual weight at the very beginning. So don't need to work on locking out. And then also, I feel like if you're locking out every single rep and you're going for high reps, it's going to take a toll on your joints. So that's why I do like the shorter half reps, really quick and not full lockout, because the quickness to warm up the muscle, and then the half rep just to focus on the harder part of that lift, which is from the chest and about halfway to lockout. So that's why I do the half reps. As I've said before, I'm not really keen on like reading into powerlifting or bodybuilding, so I would imagine that half reps, not completing full reps of any lift might affect the way that your muscle builds. So if you're looking for like definition and a fully developed muscle, half reps are probably a terrible idea. But for my purposes of just kind of going to the gym and having fun and trying to get stronger, it serves my purpose, I think, at least on the warm-up portion, doing half reps for the warm-up. If you guys know differently, and there's a lot of smart people out there commenting and following me, then let us know in the comments. I think we could all, well, not all of us, but I think maybe for those who don't know, it could be beneficial for them as they start their journeys and try to figure out if they want to power lift or bodybuild or just do it for fun. Prime example of half repping a workout. That's pretty much what I do when I do these overhead push downs on the triceps, because when I do a full rep, it does hurt my joint and gives me some tendonitis. So I stick to half reps on those, and that's why, as you know, squats are new to me. So any constructive criticism is much appreciated as I try to incorporate squats into my routine. Right now, I'm only doing 3 sets, sometimes 4 sets of squats after each bench session. So 3 days a week, and I'm staying relatively light, 135, and then sets of 185, and then I'll top it off with 225 for 1 rep. I'm trying to stay light right now because I want to make sure that I get my form like as good as can be, just so I don't get injured. But I do know that, if I want to gain strength, then I'll have to do more reps, because 3 sets with, like 10 reps total is not going to cut it. that's about it for the fitness section of the video. If you're still here, I want to thank you for sticking around and watching the videos and liking them to help with the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate you guys. This last clip I added in here was my first time going shrimping. I used a cast net to catch shrimp in the Intracoastal. I went with Corky. This was my first time. Had a ton of fun. Can't wait to go again. The second trip out, we actually caught our limit, so a 5-gallon bucket full of shrimp. Gave a lot away to family, but it was a great time, and cast netting is a really good workout. Throwing that thing, 100 times in over the course of 4 hours and lifting it up with water and bait fish in it gets really heavy. And I actually grew up doing it, so being able to do it again as an adult kind of lets me reminisce on the good old days when didn't have a care in the world. I wanted to circle back on the lifting piece real quick to close this video out. I'm getting some of my strength back, and I'm probably at like 375 right now, maybe. Sorry about the mower noise in the background, but I'll probably never hit another PB, to be honest with you. There's a lot of new people on this channel, a lot of new subs, so I wanted to be upfront. But have a reason bigger than just getting a personal best, and that's how you're going to be able to stay in the gym and maintain that healthy lifestyle. Because if all you're shooting for is a personal best, then you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Have a stronger reason. I still lift because I want to be healthy and I want to live forever with my kids. Maybe that sounds extreme, but I know that lifting weights will let me live for as long as possible with them anyway. And you know what? The other thing that motivates me to lift is to inspire others. As I've read in the comment section, I inspire other people to lift weights, and that's an awesome feeling. So anytime I can help someone lift and get stronger, count me in.